Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. Is Bitcoin's bottom in? That is the question that we're going to be trying to answer in this video. We'll talk about what's happening in less than 48 hours that could affect Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smash that like button and let's get into it. So currently Bitcoin is sitting at 90,695. Bitcoin has been, of course, on this downtrend since we had that top on October 6th. So more than a month, almost 2 months that Bitcoin has been in this downward movement. Of course, we had October 10th in the middle there, but Bitcoin is currently down from that high 28%. Of course, we were down all the way 36% on November 21st, but Bitcoin was able to recover from that area. Bitcoin is up about 13, almost 14% here in the last 8 days. And the question that everybody is asking themselves now that we have closed the gap, right? The gap was closed. We were waiting months and months and months. We were talking about this on this channel about the gap at 91,000, 92,000. If you're new to the channel, we were talking about this. And I kept, having some concerns that potentially it might close as people were gearing up for October's, and everybody on social media was saying, no, October is going to be so great. I was pumping the brakes on it, saying we still have this gap. This gap is concerning to me. We ended up selling off into that gap, but now we've closed the gap. That gap is off the table. We saw last time that there was a big gap that got closed after multiple months, that after that there was some volatility. We saw as Bitcoin go up, we saw it come back down, we saw it go up again, and then it went on that very nice move from around 75,000 all the way up to 125,000. So we could see something similar here where we either pull back a little bit, break out, or I know it's all the options, but we could consolidate for a while. It will be very interesting to see what Bitcoin does, because if you go and you look at all the moving averages and everything, we're still on the most red, right? Strong sell. But potentially we could get into an area where on the short term, we do have some buys here, but we also have sells indicators. So it will be very interesting. And on the oscillator side, it's mostly neutral, 2 buys and 1 sell. So we'll see what happens here with Bitcoin. If you're new to the channel, this video is only for educational and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. I do not know what the price of Bitcoin is going to do day to day. Okay, it's very, very important to remember. I don't know what the president of America is going to say. I don't know what the Fed is going to say. We'll get to him in just a second. So that's very, very important. Anybody that tells you that they know exactly what's going to happen, run for the hills, because nobody knows. Okay, but listen, CZ is right here. In his opinion, he has unpopular opinion, but you're better off getting out when there's maximum greed, and getting in when there's maximum fear. This is just what history has told us. The problem is, right, that we don't know when maximum greed and maximum fear has hit its peak or its top, right, or its valley. And the other thing that is unfortunate is most people don't react that way, right? When there's max fear, people are very afraid and they don't want to invest. And when there's max greed, they are very greedy, they have FOMO and they want to invest. And that's just human nature. It's very hard to program ourselves to do the opposite, because you keep saying to yourself, well, maybe it's going to 10x from here, or opposite, maybe it's going to drop down 50% from here, right? So we don't know, and that's something that we need to take into consideration. And listen, November saw the largest Bitcoin ETF outflows. Bitcoin ETFs posted 3.48 billion in net outflows in November, the second worst month after February, where of course everybody was freaking out as well. The month also had the second and third largest single day outflows ever. But on the bright side, we did exit from extreme fear. So now we're at 28, we went into fear. So that's the silver lining. We have to take into consideration, right, that we do have on Monday two things that could rock the market a little bit. Um, First thing is the ISM manufacturing, and Fed Chairman Powell is speaking at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it's the whole day, right, until he speaks. He's speaking pretty late. Um, the stock market, I think, is already closed by then, right? Yeah, it closes at 4 p.m. So maybe crypto will be affected. Bitcoin will be affected by the time he starts speaking. We'll see. It will be very interesting to see how that plays out on Monday. Also, on Monday, the Fed is supposed to end quantitative tightening. So that is another thing that could bring in liquidity. Before we get into QE, quantitative easing, there it might be a little bit while, but for now, it seems like the Fed is going to reduce interest rates. That is, it's going to 83.2% right now, and we'll see, how that plays out. It will be very interesting. And again, right now we have Bitcoin liquidity on both sides. Bitcoin is building two liquidity zones, one at 95,000 to 97,000 and another at 83 to 85,000. Will it go lower or higher? And that's the question. Now, if you want to take advantage of the situation, our partner BYDFI will give you the opportunity to go long or to go short. If you are interested, we're also giving away a huge amount of crypto here. So sign up using my link. You go in the description down below to my website, scroll down here, BYDFI, and you can sign up. We also have a whale special chat for whales over $5,000 deposit. You can come and join the whale group on Telegram. We have a free and open Telegram group that you can join. I bring extra stuff that's not here on YouTube, what I'm doing, how I'm seeing the market. And also, if you do deposit that amount, you'll be eligible for a chat with me and a representative from BYDFI. So if you are interested, link is in the description down below. I will get an affiliate commission. So that's how you can support the channel. If you're already trading, you can support that way. Again, link is in the description down below. Please trade responsibly, read the user agreement, make sure you understand the risks and rewards of using leverage. Now, if we get back to where we were, it's an interesting situation again because we have so much liquidity on both sides, but there is still a lot of liquidity on the short side. Some of it was squeezed out a little bit over the last week, but there's still a huge amount of liquidity on that side. It will be interesting to see because we're hitting the top of the stochastic RSI here. Do we see a little bit of a pullback? That's going to be the question. I think this week we're going to find out with QT ending, with the Fed speaking, with employment numbers coming out, and initial jobless claims coming out, PCE, right? A lot of delayed data that's coming out this week. So this is a week with a lot of things coming out, and it will be interesting. And in general, alt season in general, people say it wasn't canceled, it was just postponed. The 4-year cycle, people say it's not happening anymore. We're now in the 5-year cycle, or that the cycle wasn't really dependent on the halving. It was more dependent on the amount of money, the liquidity that was coming in. It was more about the quantitative easing and tightening and micro rotation, and not about the halving cycle. Could be. Why? Because we don't have enough data. We only have 3 cycles before the 4th cycle. So something that happened 3 times doesn't mean it's going to happen the 4th time. And that's, again, something very, very important to remember in the crypto market. Many people will say, oh, well, October is always a great month, so October is going to be amazing. No, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. What happened in the history sometimes repeats itself, right? History sometimes repeats itself, but sometimes it doesn't. And we have to be ready for all the scenarios. If you're new to the channel, I always say that. I always give examples, and I always give from my experience that even if things looked like they were similar, it didn't always play out the way that I was hoping. And because I had a plan in place, because I knew that there was a possibility that it wouldn't work the way I thought, then I was more successful than I would have if I wouldn't have thought in that mindset. But again, I don't know what's going to happen, right? Many people can say, and people put their money where their mouth is, right? Many times, and they open positions, and the positions sometimes are successful and sometimes they are not. And our job at the end of the day is to be more successful on our winners than our losers. If we have 8 winners or 9 winners and 1 loser, but that one loser destroys everything, then what did we do, right? The 9 winners are worth nothing because we didn't do according to our plan. So again, that's very, very important to remember. If you're new to the channel and you want more crypto Bitcoin updates, subscribe to the channel. We're going to start doing this, I think, daily. And drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. Join the free and open Telegram group. Follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.